All right, thank you all for coming on tonight. We have a guest here tonight from Idaho. Andrea Estes, said your name right?
It's fine, yeah.
The Diamond Ambassador. And your husband is Emerald now, right?
Yeah, he went Emerald in June, and we went Emerald as a team in in June. We went Diamond Emerald the same month.
Wow.
Super exciting month, right? June was incredible.
Oh, and I know you put a lot of hard work in. It doesn't just happen. So
this is true.
If you would just start with your, like, how you, kind of your journey through Plexus.
Yeah, of course. Okay. And I got this out tonight to show you guys because I want you to know I'm a real person. It's a real journey. You know, I think people see jewels and just think like, oh, it just happened for them. It didn't. But this is my silver announcement. And I just like to show people because it kind of makes me more, I'm just a person, right? Like I got this. Anybody else have this or similar? I know they're different now, but yes. Okay. Silver 2015. So it took me 5 years to go diamond, which I'll explain my story right now. But I joined Plexus 5 years ago. I saw my upline, Bridget Ryan, if you guys know who she is, sharing about this pink drink by the pool, and she was rating how amazing she felt. She was pregnant with her 7th baby, and she was swimming 100 miles before delivery. And I was kind of rolling my eyes because I was just annoyed that she felt so good. And I had just had her son. He was 3 months old. I was trying to lose the 60 pounds that I gained during her pregnancy. My son did not weigh 60 pounds. That was me kind of eating my way through those 9 months. But I was just tired. I was living off caffeine, sugar, and naps. Bridget wasn't really talking about weight loss. Obviously, she was gaining weight. She mentioned the word gut health. I didn't know much about it. But I just was tired of just being exhausted all the time. And that was my life before kids. I didn't realize blood sugar issues affected me so much. But so I messaged her on the sly. I never liked anything she posted. And I got started with the triplex. I ordered retail because I saw the word auto ship and I'm like, you're not catching me, right? So I got started. And a little prehistory, pre-Plexus, I was diagnosed with depression at age 12. My dad's side of the family, that's just a known thing, right? And so I just accepted it. That's gonna be my normal Prozac, Celexa, Ambien, sleepy meds, uppers in the morning because I was so exhausted, like this really bad pharmaceutical cycle. But I thought that was my norm. And because of depression, I kind of ate my emotions. My highest weight ever was 260 pounds. And once I became closer to 21, I'm not going to say I didn't drink underage, but I did. I resorted to alcohol and to really numb the pain. It was a bad relationship with alcohol and food. And then once I started having kids, my plumbing stopped working. Any moms on here relate? Like I had 3 C-sections. I'm like, dude, they did not put my plumbing back together. I could never go to the bathroom. I started having major tummy bloat, constipation, lactose issues. And so started Plexus for energy. Day 5, I woke up and I literally felt like I was reborn. With depression, and I never knew the gut brain connection. 90% of our serotonin's housed in the gut. I had a lot of health issues. And I remember waking up on that Friday, I remember it like it was yesterday, and just felt so good. And it's been 5 years and that feeling has not gone away. I'm depression and anxiety med free. I don't take any pharmaceuticals. I don't have to go to the doctor anymore. I go to the bathroom regularly. That was like a huge thing for me because it's not comfortable, right? Like eating food and just feeling full and looking pregnant when I wasn't. If you guys haven't seen my before and afters, you could probably go scroll my page. And I looked 6 months pregnant all the time because I was that uncomfortable and that backed up. And I had energy. I'm no longer a card member at Starbucks, the gold card, because I don't need to go through there all the time. And I sleep all through the night. Oh, and I lost weight. So before Plexus, I mentioned I gained 60 pounds during our pregnancy. I was down 40 before Plexus. I was doing Weight Watchers for nursing moms, but I was still tired, constipated, depressed, dealing with all the things, right? I started Plexus, I lost another 40 pounds. I didn't diet, I wasn't counting points, calories, all the things, don't hate me, but I just listened to my body. I stopped overeating because that's what I just normally would do. So I think just helping with my depression really helped me with the weight loss. And so my life was changed. I just could not believe what these products had done for me. And I started on Triplex, I added an X Factor, and then once Mega X came out, I added that. I call those the Fab Five. I think every single person should be taking those products. And so when your life changes, what do? You have to tell people because you're like, oh my gosh, like you don't have to feel like crap either. And so I started sharing, and I have to tell you, I was a huge introvert, believe it or not. I know I'm super like bubbly right now, but I was super shy. I would never talk to people. I didn't have a big network of friends because depression really cocooned me. I'm gonna say it, it's all friends on here, right? I was very bitchy. I was not approachable. And, but when I got started with the products, that all changed. My mood was better. And I was so excited. I was ignorance on fire, but I had less than 200 Facebook friends, nothing on Instagram. Like I was starting from ground zero. And I got started and I went silver in my 3rd month. So it took me 3 months to convince 3 people to join me. And that's when I got this. But guess what's happened? That was in June of 2015. In July, 2 of my 3 quit on me. Oh my gosh. So what happened? I got like crushed, right? Like my belief in the products, belief in the company, and belief in myself went, I started thinking like, maybe the products only work for me. Has anybody ever thought that? Like, oh, it just works for us, the ones that are on the Zoom, right? Like it's not gonna work for everybody else. Maybe I can't do this. I don't have thick enough skin. So my 2 or 3 quit on me, and this was July. And Plexus always has a join special, right, in July, and nobody was joining my team. Have you guys ever seen other people like on leaders boards or just being shouted out on the team page, and you're like, I can't sign anybody? That was me. And then my husband came home from work one day. It was over the weekend, and he was in car sales, and they always had, weekly meetings. And his boss literally made fun of me in a sales meeting with all our friends, like I go to the Christmas parties with. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like what else, right? Like 3 things in a row. And I literally almost quit Plexus. I was like, I'm never going to quit the products, but I don't think I can do this business. And something inside of me said, quit quitting. I was a quitter in life. I quit relationships when they got hard. I quit college majors when they got hard. I quit jobs when they got hard. I quit diets. Can anybody relate? Just running away from things that get hard, right? And all we're doing is avoiding. We're not really facing the real issue. And that's something that I had to do. So from silver to gold, it took me 6 months. And I always say gold is my favorite rank, because that is when I grew the most as a person. I started building belief in myself because I didn't have it. I'm still struggling. 5 years in, I still am working on my mindset and my thought work. But I built way more belief in myself. I built belief in the company by just learning more about Plexus and Tarl and Alec and all the people at the top. Like, who are these people? Are they reliable? Are they full of integrity? And yes, they are. They're amazing, right? And then I built belief in the products. I would ask people for their testimonies. I think we used to have like an ambassador page where people would just post all their non-compliant testimonies. And I was just mind blown. I'm like, yes, these products work. So I really had to build that belief, because if you don't have belief, you guys, nobody's going to believe in you, right? Like if you don't have confidence in this company and confidence in the products, why would people want to join you, right? Because they can feel that energy. And so that's kind of my like start of Plexus. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. I had a deadline to go back to work when our son turned 1, and I didn't want to go back to work, but we needed it financially. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We lived in Southern California. My husband made over 200 grand a year, but we were broke. He was working all the time. I had over $30,000 in student loan debt. I had filed bankruptcy a couple years before we got married. Lucky man, right? Because in 2009, I lost my job in the banking industry. Do you guys remember when that recession happened? I lost my job. I was in the process of buying my first condo, and everything just kind of spiraled from there. And at the time, I felt like I was being buried. And it was just like, what else could go wrong? And I now realize that I was being planted for something better. And so anyway, I filed bankruptcy. I was a single mom for 8 years. I worked 2 jobs, went to school, all the things. Like, I struggled, you guys. So I don't want you to look at people and think like, oh, they had it made, because I didn't. And so I didn't have to go back to work when our son turned 1. I think I was senior gold around that time, and what I was making then was way more than what I was going to be making working full-time and paying for daycare, right? So yay, I got to stay home. I was so excited because we had 2 little ones, and then my oldest, now she's 17, but at the time she was 12. So this company completely changed everything for us. I went emerald in 18 months, and then hit sapphire, I think, by my 3rd year, and then diamond now. And my husband is also an emerald. But you guys, what really is my biggest tip for you is to work on this. Like, if you don't have the right mindset, I could tell you all the strategies and messages to send and what to post, but if you don't believe in yourself and you don't have those thoughts that you can do it, you will always look for evidence to prove yourself right. So if you're constantly saying, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, I don't take good pictures like she does, or I don't have great social media like she does, your brain will always look for other evidence to prove you right, because it's trying to protect you from doing something bigger and better. You know, do you ever hesitate? Do you ever feel that hesitation when you're gonna go do a post? Come on, raise your hands if you ever hesitate to do a post, or hesitate to follow up with someone, or I don't know, hesitate to go live or hop on a Zoom or whatever it could be. That is your body's way, that's your brain's way of protecting you, because you're scared. And we have 2 different brains, and one brain is there to is the boss, and that's the one that's trying to protect you and say, no, don't do that, it's safe right here, right? But you have to do things that you have to overcome those things, or else you'll just stay whatever rank you are right now, whatever your paycheck is right now, it'll just be the same. And so learning to grow through that. So when COVID hit, our team's points were at 2,200. So if you know what sapphire is, it's 3,000. So I was not maintaining sapphire points. We had hit sapphire 1 time, and after that, for 2 years, I did not re-rank sapphire. Because once I hit sapphire, I was like, oh my gosh, 1 more level to diamond, right? I was scared of success. I was scared of what that meant. I was scared to earn more money because I just felt bad. I still kind of felt guilty, with the income that we earn. And I'm trying to work through that. I can't feel bad for that, right? I work hard for it, and all the things I'm working on myself. But when COVID hit, I stopped for a minute. And I started actually with a life coach that month. And she said, you are in a car and you're at a red light right now. You know the direction, right? If you're driving to Target, you know how to get to Target. Same with this business. And she's like, you're at a red light and you know the direction you have to go. What are you going to do when that light turns green? Are you going to just sit there and be stalled? Or are you going to put pressure on the gas and go where you need to go? And I was like, I don't know why that hit me. And I was like, she's right. There's nothing I could do about COVID, right? Couldn't do anything about it. All I knew what to do was to get to work. And I started running during this whole pandemic thing, and I was never a runner. And I overcame my whole, I can't run. I have a bad back. I have bad knees. All the things I just kept telling myself, this victim mentality, I can't do it. And so I overcame that. And if you're in Brooke Hemingway's Align group, she always says, move your body, move your business. And that's exactly what I did from March to when we went diamond. I moved my body at least 6 days a week, and I went running. And I started focusing on me and what I could control. I couldn't control everything else going on around us, but what I could control is helping people, signing people up, and moving my business forward. And so pretend like you're in a car and you're driving, right? You're in control, correct? But you have that little fear talking to you and trying to talk you out of doing things that you know you should be doing that aren't comfortable though. And the more they're going to be comfortable is the more you do them, but your body's trying to protect you, okay? So you put that fear, you put all of that, and you put it in the back seat. It's always going to be there. You're never going to just not have fear or hesitation or be scared to do something, but you're going to put it in the back seat, you're going to buckle it up, and you're going to keep it safe right there, but you're not going to let it take control. And so you have to stop yourself in these moments that you have these like hesitations or when you're feeling scared, and you have to be like, wait a minute, who's in control? Let me put you back in the back. I'm okay, I'm safe up here in the front, don't worry about me. I've got to do this, okay? So that's what I did. And I just kept going and going and going. And so March was 2,200 points. I think May, we ended at 2,700 points. And then in June, we ended at 5,300 points. Yeah, crazy, right? And I messaged my coach and I'm like, hey, what are we set to end at? And he was like, 3,600 points. I'm like, okay. So we're about 900 points off. I said, we're doing it. That could have scared me to death, right? 900 points, we need to just kind of poof out of thin air. And then the Monday before we went diamond, I checked in again and 300 subscription orders, 300 points worth of subscriptions turned off. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I had a girl who's kind of like a connector. She never really orders, but she has an emerald team below her and she ordered that month because her team was going emerald. She ordered and it pushed me down another 300 points. So the 6 days before we went diamond, my points dropped 600 points. Crazy. And so for that Monday, I was like, oh my gosh, it's not going to happen, not going to happen. And then all of a sudden I'm like, stop it. You're doing this. You don't got time for this. You don't have time for the hesitation. You don't have time for the fear. You don't have time to talk yourself out of this. You are going diamond. We are doing this. And I just kept moving forward. You don't have time, you guys, to look left and look right and see what everybody else is doing. Do you ever catch yourselves doing that? Did you ever hear about that Olympic swimmer when he was swimming? And he had it in the bag, right? Like he was gonna win. And he went like this to see where the other guy was, and that cost him the race because he was too busy looking at somebody else's journey. You can look at my journey, you can look at Marla's journey, but all of our journeys are different, you guys. Look at people for inspiration, but if you're looking at people and it's making you feel bad about yourself, anybody relate? I had to unfold in the company because I was comparing myself. It was something I was doing. They weren't doing it. I was doing that to myself. And what was it doing? It was stunting my growth. I looked at other leaders when I became Sapphire and said, oh my gosh, I'm not like this person. I'm not like that person. They're better than me. They're more equipped than me. You guys are all equipped to do this. You can do this. If you have a team below you, you are the leader they need. They don't need me as a leader. They don't need Marla as a leader. They need you as a leader to show up because nobody can take your place. We all have something valuable and something special inside of us to share. We all bring something beautiful to this table of plexus, but it's when we downplay those things that we have, we're actually doing our team a disservice, we're doing other people a disservice, and then you're doing yourself a disservice. So when we play small, who is that servicing? Nobody. And then you just feel crappy about your business and you're like, I can't do this. See, I told you I can't do this. Your brain is just looking for that evidence and you're proving yourself right. So that's kind of like my story in a nutshell. Oh, good. I just kind of went off on a tangent, Marla. I'm so sorry. I don't even know if I went too far, too long, or if I covered everything.
No, it's the first time I've heard your story from beginning to end.
Oh, good.
Here you are, doubting yourself, dear. It was awesome.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I just really, yeah, I just think I'm guilty of that too, is looking like, oh, I'm not doing it like them. And really all you have to focus in is, you know, having conversations with people and caring about them.
Yeah.
That
This
is,
business is really just about loving others. You can't do that wrong, right? Like it's just genuinely wanting to help people and knowing what you bring to the table. Like you have something to offer. Are people going to quit on you? Of course. You know what I mean? And I kind of compare it to like if you have someone go silver or gold or senior gold on your team, are you like, I did that? Do you feel that inside? Or are you like, they are amazing. They did that, right? Okay. Same thing when people quit, but we take it so much more on when people quit on us. We take so much responsibility for that. But when they rank up, we don't, right? So why do we take so much more responsibility when people quit on us? You know what I mean? Like let that pressure go. People are quitters. You know, like I have like learning this through this journey. I want to go apologize to all my personal trainers for quitting on them and giving up because it's frustrating, right? Like it's frustrating for us and we take it so personal, but it's not us. You can do all the follow-ups, all the reach outs, all the check-ins, making sure they're doing everything. You can only take a horse to water. You can't make them drink it, right? And so you've got to let that pressure go on yourself. Yes, do the follow-ups, check in, make sure they're feeling well, walk them through detox. But if you've done all the things and they're still quitting, it's not your fault. You are not responsible for people taking their products every single day. They are grown-ups, you know, so they've got to want it too. They've got to meet you in the middle. There's something else I was going to say. I just drew a blank. Okay, well, anyway, it comes to me.
no, that's great. Does anyone have any questions you'd like to ask our diamond? Okay, Kelly.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Thank you so much for sharing your heart. Oh, and just, you know, knowing that everything wasn't always unicorns and roses and, you know, and that just really, I think helps when leaders like yourself are so honest and upfront. And I just, yeah, I really appreciate that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to ask you, when you talked about, you know, working on yourself and the importance of it.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Like what kinds of things did you do or books did you read or what have you that, you know, helped you to work on yourself?
So many things. I have read many books. Get Over Your Damn Self, Go for No, Go Pro, you know, those books, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, because I just needed to learn. Like I didn't join Plexus and I'm naturally a network marketer. I actually never posted on Facebook before Plexus. Once a week, I would post on social media. So I knew nothing, right? I would go to YouTube and search motivational videos. Bob Heilig is one of my favorites that I would listen to. And he's like all about love, serve, grow, right? And so Bob, I started life coach. I have a life coach now. She's amazing. She's from Brooke Castillo's Life Coach School. So Brooke Castillo has a podcast called The Life Coach School. So I would listen to them. Preston Pugmire was another person I would listen to on my podcast. Now I listen to Brooke constantly because I'm in her line group. If you're in the line group, or you're not, I should say, it's $30 a month, you guys. It's gold. Like she's triple diamond. She's know what she's talking about. And yeah, podcasts are huge for me because it's like you could just put those on anywhere. Like my car's a rolling university, you know, like when I don't have kids in it. Even when I have my team, she's like, oh, here's Brooke again, you know, curling my hair in the morning. Like if I have nuggets of time, I just like, okay, what can I pour into myself? Like, cause they say you're the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, Brooke Hemingway doesn't know it, but we spend a lot of time together, you know, just listening to her stuff. And she's actually become a good friend of mine. But yeah, I just think that, and, you know, if you guys don't have a life coach or have never thought about it. I really think it's such a good, it's good for someone to point out things to us. She says, she compares it to kind of being in like a Coke bottle, but the label's on the outside. And if you're on the inside of the Coke bottle, you can't see everything that's on the outside, right? It's kind of like pointing out your blind spots. And that's been so helpful for me. So if anything, just listening to the podcast and reading some good books.
Great. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I'll be talking to you more about your coaches of destiny, Andrea.
Yeah, I've been referring quite a few people because I've been doing Zooms and lives and stuff, and they're like, who's your life coach? And she's just awesome. We were actually best friends. I was her maid of honor, she was mine, and when I moved, we kind of just, got disconnected a little bit, and she's like, oh, I started life coaching. I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to catch up, blah, blah, blah. She sent me a Zoom link, and I'm like, oh, we're going to do a coaching session. Okay. And she's amazing. She's been coaching me my whole life. I kind of told her that already, but I just flew her out for our team retreat, and it's just really, really good to have somebody help you, and it's not overly expensive. I did have a life coach before where it was pretty pricey, and so she's really reasonably priced. So anyway, I could give you her info, but I know what I was going to say. Something Bob Heilig said to me once, or said not to me, but said once, was, you're not that important. And it really stuck with me because I think sometimes, and I could be wrong, but I think sometimes we get in our heads so much about what other people are thinking about us when we do a post, or when we share a story, or if we go Facebook Live. And it's like, you're not that important where people are sitting around thinking about what you're doing all day long. And it really stuck with me. And really think about honoring your audience. If you have 100 friends on Instagram, honor them, right? Like, show up for them. Don't think like, oh, I don't have 10,000 friends like so-and-so does. Who cares? Honor the 100 that you have now. Wouldn't you like to have 100 people sign up? Like, those are your people that you can connect with and talk to. And same with your team, or same with your wholesalers or your ambassadors. Maybe you're like, oh, I only have 10 people on my team. Honor them. You have 10 people on your team, right? Like, we all start somewhere, and don't always feel like you have to get more and more and more, which you do, obviously, but like, honor what you have too. It's not always just like looking forward, but look at what's in front of you. And it's always something that I keep in the back of my mind, because sometimes I'll do a post and it doesn't get as much action, and I want to remove it. And I'm like, no, honor the people that are going to see it. And it's crazy when that happens, because I'll get like a message like the next morning, and it's all in your mind. So much plays in our mind.
Very true. And I think the posts, most of the likes are people that are on Plexus, right? Because the people
that's what I told my team. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if I go look at all my likes, it's like my aunt and my Plexus team. It's not, most people that are watching us don't like or comment, right? Like, it's true. Anybody else watching your person, like, I'm sure you didn't like or comment on their post either, because you didn't want them to attack you and send you a message right away.
Yep. And then out of the blue, you'll get a message. Hey, I'm ready. I've been watching you for 3 years. It's like,
yes, all the time, all the time. Yeah.
So consistency, right? Keep your store open.
Yes, that is my team calls me like the consistency queen. Consistent Connie is what one girl calls me. I don't know why, but that's my biggest thing. Probably in the 5 years, I could probably count on 2 hands how many times I missed a day posting, either about my life or about Plexus or both, or a story. If I don't post on social media, I am at least posting in my stories, because that's literally my open sign. And if I'm not sharing with my family and friends and my network, somebody else is, right? Somebody else is being that consistent Connie. And how would you feel if your mom, your sister, your best friend ordered from someone else because they see them posting every single day? People want to join those that are serious, not just kind of tipping their toe in the water every now and then. because when they're ready to get started and they have thyroid issues or autoimmune or depression or something, they want to go to someone who's going to take care of them and who's really passionate about what they do. And that's why I'm like so passionate about being consistent. Do you think I want to show up every day? I don't. But I do it because I know that's my business and I know I can help other people. I was thinking before this call, like, I'm no different than any of you, other than I've probably been told no more. I probably wanted to quit more times than you have. I'm just being raw and real. I have wanted to quit multiple times as a Jewel, because I'm just like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Am I the leader that my team needs? And all it was this up here. It was nothing that Plexus was doing, nothing the products were doing, nothing my team was doing. I was just getting in my own head way too much. And imagine if I would have quit. Like, I'd be back at work at a job I hated. I'd be missing out on my kid's life. And so much would have changed. So don't quit, you guys. Don't quit and be consistent.
That happens a lot, is people, go with somebody and if they don't realize someone they're close to loves the products and would love to have them join with them, but never post or they never talk about it. So,
yeah.
It just, if you want people to do it with you, you have to be out there, and that's.
Yeah. And to touch on that, and then I'll stop talking, but when you said that you want people to do it with you, how many people want business builders? Everybody? Yeah. Curious, how many people talk about the business consistently? If we want people to join us for the business, or join us and then want to do the business, we have to talk about it, right? Like, if we don't talk about it, how are people going to know how awesome our comp plan is? Like, why do we shy away from talking about the business? Dreams require resources. I think Cassie Rainey's husband just said this the other day. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Anyway, he said dreams require resources. Why do we shine down on wanting to share about income? Two things most people go to bed worried about is health and finances. Our products, our company, our opportunity can help people with both. And I'm a total yellow, if you guys know what that means in the color personality. And I was always so nervous to talk about the business. Guess what? I didn't get business builders for a long time. I was just happy wholesalers, but you cannot recruit your way to diamond. You just can't physically do that. It's way too much on one person and you will get burnt out. You want people to run with you. You've got to talk about the business and the opportunity, the prizes. Like, if you win a prize, be excited, share about it. If you get a rank up, if you are able to take your husband on date night, that was a big thing for me, being able to take my husband out and me pay as a stay-at-home mom. If you're able to do a Target run, whatever you think, if you think it's not a big deal, it is, because there's a mom out there who would love to get her nails done, and you're able to do that because of Plexus, or you're able to make a car payment or pay the mortgage, whatever it is. It's not bragging, it's helping another person, because people don't think you can make money in network marketing. That's why I never joined network marketing. I thought, you don't really make any money. You invest more than you have to make. Debunk those myths and share the opportunity. If not, why would anybody want to do the business with you if they don't know about the business, right? Add them to team pages, welcome them. That's what my sponsor did to me. I never wanted to do this, but I saw the fun graphic and I was like, oh my God, I'm a part of something. How exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, I have to say, I struggle with that still. Talk about the business and promoting it. So I guess I need to get better at that, Andrea.
Yeah.
I know I do. And that's something.
We're going to put you on the spot, Marla, because your team is going to watch you, right? And they're going to get ideas from you. And if you're not doing it, why would they do it? And you want them to grow and you want them to rank up. As leaders, my funnest thing is having my team rank up. Yes, it's exciting to rank up and go diamond, but it's lonely. You know what I mean? Like I want my team with me in Mexico or wherever we go for retreats and stuff like that. Like I don't want to just be the Andrea show. Like I want everybody there with me. And that's what, Marla, I know you want that for your team. And when we hold ourselves back, our teams hold ourselves back because they're looking to us for direction. And I did this for a long time. That's why I can speak so freely on it, because that was me. I was so hesitant to talk about the opportunity because I was scared of what people were going to think. You guys, we cannot control other people's thoughts. It's just not physically possible. And we don't know what they're thinking. We're just thinking we know what they're thinking, right? But maybe they're not. Maybe they're thinking like, wow, she's amazing. Like, look at what she's done. Like, we've been watching her for these many years. Like, that's awesome. And I just had one of my girlfriends got to quit full-time working as a teacher and be home. And that's pretty rad that I got to help her do that because I shared with her the business opportunity. Now she's not having to deal with like distance learning, in-person learning. Like it's a mess here in Idaho. And I don't know about where you guys are, but every day, like, it's like, oh, no school today. Yes, we're having school. Teachers are like a sick out now. Like they're calling in sick like 2 days in a row where they're not having school. So she's able to be home. And if I would have not shared that with her, that's like a blessing blocker, right? Like we're literally blocking someone else from having a blessing because we're too worried about what our Uncle Bob's gonna say in another state. I don't know, but just, you know, and and if we want to grow business builders, we have to talk about the business so that they'll talk about the business when they join us, right? If we just talk products, when they join, that's all they're going to talk about. So they're going to mimic what you're doing now. Even if they're not on your team, you're training your next team member right now. When they message you and ask you about Plexus, you're already training them to duplicate that when they want to start sharing. And when people have joined your team in the last 30, 60, 90 days, hey, friend, I just want to let you know, I know you're loving your products. Right now, Plexus has this amazing incentive, referral bonus, that if you referred 3 friends or family to get started the same way you did, you could earn up to $300 because that's including Fast Start. I did this with a girlfriend. I was really hesitant and made to do this. I'm like, I don't want to message her as my brother's friend, but I did it. I'm like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like, you know, she's like, $300. I'm like, yeah, her husband's a cop in LA and he works a lot of overtime. It's stressful right now. And she was like, I could do that. And she did it. And then she went Fast Start. And then she went Fast Start Gold, Senior Gold. And now she's going for Ruby this month. And if I wouldn't have shared that with her, her husband isn't having to work overtime. She's earned over $3,000. She earned everything for the Leaders Retreat contest, all because I sent her that message. Now, if I sent that message to people and they weren't interested, of course. Like, I don't have everybody like Mindy, but if you don't offer it, they're never going to know. And if you're offering it and they say no, but guess what? You're planting that seed for maybe when they get laid off or their hours get cut or they get an unexpected bill in the mail. It's like, crap, we need extra money. They're going to think about that message you sent them, and they're going to think about that when they see your post saying, oh, I just paid for date night or whatever. Like, you're constantly just planting seeds, and finally that garden's going to bloom eventually. It's not an overnight thing. There's a book called The 4-Year Career. This is not like 2 months you're going to be making $10,000 a month, right? If you went and opened a McDonald's today, you're going to have to put in some work before you get like your big payoff, right? And you don't have to buy like a franchise fee. Who knows what that is? But just think about this as a real business. You're investing time. You don't have to invest a huge amount of money. You have free marketing on social media. Use it, right? That is your open sign. It's completely free. It's what you do with it. That's yours. So I really went over on time. I'm so sorry.
So good.
And Laura asked for the sweatshirt I got out of my Plexus print. It's like a crop top, but I have a shirt on underneath. But
It's on our Plexus print?
Yeah, my Plexus print.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I know it's.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate your time, and we do.
Of course.
I'm going to connect with you about that life coach.
Yes, for sure. I can send you her info. Thank you all for having me on. I'm going to go to my team Zoom now, but yeah, I just so appreciate you guys. for having me on.
Thanks so much.
Right. Bye, Marla.
Yeah,
Bye, everybody.
Oh, I just got totally spanked, right? That's good. That's what this is all about, right? Oh, so anyway, we went longer than we planned on 15 minutes for her, so I don't want to keep us really long, but we really need to cover kind of what she talked about a little bit and encompass that, but also what's on our calendar, because we have Testimony Tuesday tomorrow, and what it's going to be is going to be a Zoom on my wall, so you can have watch parties from that and individually message people that have been interested in saying, you know, watch my wall, or even share and have your own watch party. And then I'll, you know, if you'd watch the testimonies, there's 3 of them, Joelle, Leah, and Alyssa, who are all 3 on here, are going to share their health journey. And then it gives you a reason to have conversations with people. Okay. So Joelle, this is our first time. And Alyssa, this is your first time too, I think, for Testimony Tuesday. So that's at 8:30. Excited about that. And then we have our intermittent fasting is such a buzzword, you guys, right now, right? Mm-hmm. So how many here have posted about it so far? So raise your hand. Okay, so the challenge for you right now is to post about it right now on your wall. Okay, you don't have to, they don't have to order Plexus. What I'm doing is offering this for people just to add value and build relationships with people. I will be modeling in there, you know, how I use Plexus along with my intermittent fasting. And we have quite a few people on our team that do it. I'm not sure who all is going to share in there, but I know I'm going to be sharing my stuff. So it's a 2-week course. Here's an idea of what you can post. Is anyone interested in doing an intermittent fasting crash course to avoid the holiday 20? Leave it at that, or just, you know, look at my wall. I shared something. You can do something similar to that. And then the people that are interested, you just let them know, hey, it's 2 weeks. I'm so excited. It starts the 26th. I'll be able to add you in the group tomorrow. It's free. It's supportive. You'll just learn. Just come and learn with me. And that's all it is. It's just leaning into learning something new. So that's something I hope that you post about, and tell us if you're going to do it right now. Anyone going to do it right now? Karen. Jen, have you? Joelle, have you? So that's my challenge for you. And then Kelly was going to talk about our Engage app a little bit too, and a few other things.
Yeah. So as you guys know, that Marla and I are making a big push this month to move the needle. And so, yeah, Leah. We do have a group chat started. So if you're interested in being in that group chat and being a part of this movement of moving the needle, let us know if you're not in there. We'd love to have you in there. It's just going to be a lot of fun. We're just kind of getting it going after Helen left. She actually started the group and has been so excited about it. And so we want it to be really interactive. So when you sign somebody up, post it in there. When you save somebody from losing their perks, post it in there. Let us know so that we can cheer you on. When you have offered to help somebody add the Joyome to their subscription this month to save their perks, or to get them from maybe 550 PV to over 100 PV, you know, put it in there. Put all your activity and everything in there that you can think of. Maybe you started a new book, like our guest speaker was talking about. Post it in there. Let's have some more, I don't know, mix of posts in there so that we can hear what you guys are doing and we can cheer you on. One thing that we've really been working on, and I've talked to some of my teammates, I'm going to talk to all of us tomorrow, and Marla and I have talked in depth about this, is getting more active on the Engage app. If you're not comfortable with it yet, just let us know. We'll set up a time and we'll walk you through the steps. There is training right in the app that you can watch and go through. But if you're a learner like I am, that was kind of hard because you're watching and then you're wanting to use the app right away, or along with the directions. But we can set something up with you where we can walk you right through it, tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. It's very simple. Marla has set a post in our business builders where if you send out 3 samples, 3 sets of samples each week, you're placed in a drawing. And the first week, I think it was Laura that won the $25. Last week, did we have anybody post in there?
It's you and Leah and Laura. I haven't done the drawing for that yet. So
okay, great.
My day was busy, so.
Well, absolutely. And, so go for it now this next week. Get 3 samples out. If you were on the call with Ryan Flatt, you know the statistics. If you weren't on, just real quickly, is it like 33 to 34%? What am I trying to say? Success rate. Mm-hmm. And so that's 1 in every 3 set of samples you send out that you sign up. So let's use that. Is my math correct? Let's use that app. And that app costs our Plexus leaders, or Plexus, Alec and Tarl, is it $50 a month, Marla? Mm-hmm. So they're paying a lot of money for all of us ambassadors to use that app. So let's show them that they can continue doing that for us so that down the road, we aren't charged individually for that. The Reach One is coming up at the end of the month on the 29th. And so basically what we want to be doing is we want to be reaching out to all of our happy wholesalers and basically everybody, all our level 1s and level 2s and even level 3s. If you have some people that have stopped working the business but have signed some people up, reach out to each one of those people in the next. Give yourself 5 days. Give yourself 7 days if that's what it takes. But reach out to them and let them know that this app is available to them, especially if they signed on from June or later. Okay, so June up until now, because they have 3 free sample sets to send out. And who doesn't know 3 people? Get them excited about it. Let them know that if they just sign 1 person before the end of the month, that's $60 in their pocket. And you can walk them through the steps very easily of sending those samples out. I'm doing a launch this Wednesday for a gal and using some new material that Marla has posted in our wellness group. Beautiful graphics, it's great material. And so I'm excited about that. And I think we need to be doing more launches. I know that some of us, oh, good job, Marla. I'm like, what's going on here? Some of us, or some of you guys have done some launches in person this month already. Fantastic. Hats off to you. Keep them going. It's not, and I've learned this, you guys, over the last 2 years. It's not necessarily the outcome that we need to concentrate on. Let that go and let the outcome take care of itself. Just do the do. Do your daily posting, set up these launches, do all of the things, and the outcome will take care of itself. I promise you, it does. It just happens. So, take your eyes off of the end product, if you will, and just do the daily activities and it will happen. The last thing that I was going to talk about is that Joyome special that Marla has posted about. Oh, I see Marla's got the new launch pictures and the whole layout there for us that she's showing. But real quickly, the Joyome special that Marla talked about, it's a great deal, you guys. So make this your first priority. go through your virtual office and take a look at all of those partial PVers, everybody that's below 100 PV. And maybe you even want to talk to those people, you know, that have shut their subscription off and find out why. And maybe gut health wasn't their thing. We'll offer a little special to them or give them a little incentive about adding the Joyome this month. How much PV, do you guys know the monthly PV of Joyome? I can't recall it right offhand. Does anybody know? But Marla suggested, you know, because it's the product of the month and we get 50 extra perks points, she suggested if they do that, you can offer maybe pay for their shipping, or or there's that cute little spatula that I've never seen before that I love. I have to have that you can offer to send them after they place their order, so that they can get all the little goodness at the bottom of the bottle out of there.
I'm trying to find the post for the Joyome in our Glam Guts, but
okay,
to show it, but
yeah, I know.
no, yeah, just keep going. It's I'll try.
Well, I think that's actually, I think that's all that I have. I kind of went fast through it just because, you know, we're getting late on time, but oh my gosh, it was so worth it. She did such an amazing job. And don't we all always have something to learn from somebody else, whether they're a brand new silver? I learned something from the gal I'm doing the launch with today, just by her questions that she asked. It was like, oh yeah, well, that would be really smart, you know, and so we can learn something brand new from everybody that we speak to.
There we go. Yeah, and then if you guys noticed, I think thank you for commenting in this trick or treat plexus style that I did. I need to figure that giveaway out tonight too, but make sure you look through here and find out who in your downline, you know, commented, so you can find out maybe you don't know what their favorite product is. And that's a person to lean into and say, hey, do you want to earn an extra 300 this month? We can do a little gut health party, or you can invite one friend to do our each one reach one. There's so many different things that you can invite people to be part of, which, you know, everyone likes to be part of something. And so
great idea, Marla.
Yeah, so even just things like that help generate a conversation, you know, about health. And so it was fun seeing all the comments on there.
There were a lot. That was a really great idea. And it's a great idea now to reach out, go through there, look at, like she said, and you can lead that to another conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Kelly, thank you for covering all that. I think too, with our Engage app, we just have so much at our fingertips, and we have Kelly Health videos in our units that we can use to send out to even people that love the products, that have been on it for a long time. They might forget, like, why am I drinking this? Like, what's so good? You know, just even saying, hey, you know, would you want to watch a video that explains each ingredient in detail from a pharmacist perspective? I know you love the pink drink. I see you order still every month. You know, tell me what it's done for you, and would you give me feedback if I send it to you? And just kind of keep that conversation going. Then if someone asks them, they kind of know what to say too, because a lot of times people say, well, what are you drinking? And, you know, why do you drink it? And it helps just build that education. So yeah, this month is, let us know if you want to be in that group chat, that we're just going to be encouraging and supporting each other for getting Kelly to Emerald, and to be the first Sapphire North Dakota team would be pretty cool too. And you guys can be a part of that. I mean, because all that it means is when we rank up as a team, that means everybody's ranking up. And all ranking up means is we're helping more people. And that's what this is all about, is helping others feel better. Because how would you feel if Plexus was taken away from us? Like right now, if we could not take Plexus anymore in our lives, like I had that conversation with one of my friends who I talked to on my way home because she was about to lose her perks tomorrow. So I called on my way home from Grand Forks, and she didn't realize she was losing them. And we were talking about that. She's like, what would we do if we didn't have these products? And like, I don't want to think about that. Right? So, yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything that we covered, about the events happening? Anything that Kelly talked about? No? Okay. So that's each one, reach one, and just see how many people we can connect with and support. And like, you know, the people that aren't ordering products, they might want to order the Joyome and get that spatula and, you know, offer $5 to $10 off. Also the breast health you know, it's the breast check kit is buy one get one free for $19.95. That's another special. But with the Joyome too, Plexus is giving back $4 for every Joyome set that is sold. They're giving it to breast health education or research. So there's multiple reasons why we'd want to talk about the Joyome. And then the IF is just going to be fun. So I'm hoping you're getting lots of engagement. And Karen, I can't wait to see your post. All right. Anyone else have questions?
I saw Andrea just posted about adding people to the intermittent fasting group. Can we do that? When can we do that?
Oh, yep. I just said that a while ago. You weren't on here probably. I have to clean out the old one tonight, probably after this or in the morning. So I will post in our business builders when the link is, when it's ready to be adding people. Okay. Yeah. And
so
then
your next two posts, your first one should be about the who wants to join us in the intermittent fasting. And then your second one, has anybody posted about the breast kit?
No, but I will.
I know, I forgot too. I mean, what the heck? Why aren't we doing that?
I know I've been posted too. And the Joyome I was going to post a lot about, and I haven't done that either.
So there we go. We've got our next 3 days of posts.
They're even going live about it too, you know.
Yeah.
Just, I think that would be great because a lot of people don't realize Plexus started out as a breast health company.
Right.
You know,
right.
So I think lives just generate more audience. So
my sheet folding today did.
Yes, your sheet folding. How many views did you get?
Oh my gosh, it was unreal. My poor little 91-year-old mother was holding the phone and videoing me. She's like, did I get it? Did I get it? Oh gosh, that was for you guys.
Oh, I dare somebody to show how to use the breast health check.
Okay, that would be the ultimate. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, probably get a lot of views.
Yeah. Winner, winner.
How many of you guys have signed up your hairdressers for Plexus? I'm just curious. Me? No, Kathy? I thought you did. Kathy Holly. Then she quit, right? Did she quit?
Yep.
Yeah, but you had one. Okay. So today, huh?
Yeah, she ordered and then she quit.
Okay. Yeah, today I got my hair colored and stuff, and she had a guy come up. This is the first time I had a guy come up and we talked Plexus as I'm getting my hair done. So when you get your hairdresser started, you guys, it's just really interesting. I've been on calls with her many times when I'm in the chair with her people, but this is the first time it's been in person.
With foil in your hair?
Foil, everything, whatever. If he takes me seriously, this will be funny.
Oh, I love it.
You never know, but
Never know.
Thank you all. It's went longer than we wanted it to, but you're all a blessing. And we didn't even get to talk about the awesome weekend we had with Helen and at Kelly's and at Kim's, and it's just been it's a busy month. Really busy. So,
yeah.
All right. See you guys. Thank you.